Alright, so I'm gonna do this run with a bit of commentary. I'm gonna play Skyrim, Glitchless main quest, so all the like horse stilts and all the flying through the air, all those glitches, clipping through walls with a bucket, all out of the window. But still, even if it's glitchless, it's still a quite interesting run. Well, let's start here. The timer starts automatically with the load remover as well. Of course, for marathon time we are looking at is the bottom one, because that's the RTA. This save file skips the whole intro of the... Of course I miss this jump. There we go. First difficult jump of the run. But yeah, this save file skips the whole intro, because it is just character creation and whatnot. I am playing as a high elf because movement speed in Skyrim is related to character height, and high elves are the tallest characters. Here I'm going to do what's called a bump skip. If you run into people, then you can skip dialogue. And yeah, we're going to run through this as fast as possible, getting our main weapon ready for the first part, which is the flames. We also need to do some stamina management here. Saw me jumping there. While I'm not running, jumping is the fastest way to get around. See, my stamina is now empty, or nearly empty. So now I'm starting to jump. We also picked up some lockpicks there. We're gonna need those later in the run. And also some potions earlier in the barrel. We also need those, some health potions for a boss fight. So we'll just jump along these rocks. To get through that room. And yeah, it's just going through this dungeon, grabbing the gold, because we need to buy our way on cart. So need some gold here in this cart. There's also some gold, which is always difficult to get. So most of the time I just push it over and grab the gold when it falls out. And now we can run to the exit here. And that is the first part done. Now we come out here, we'll wait. Waiting resets stamina. We can't wait in the first part, that's why we were jumping when our stamina was low. But here we can just run until stamina is empty and then wait 1 hour like this, and then it's full again and we can wait again. At the top you can see the compass. We are running towards the house symbol at the moment, Anisa's shack. That is our first destination. This first part of the run is mainly just picking up locations, so we can fast travel to all of them when we need to in the story. Probably should explain what... I've explained the glitches, but the main quest. Main quest means that we have to defeat like the main story line of this game, which is that Anduin, the big badass dragon, has returned and is trying to devour the souls of everyone, and we have to stop him. So, spoilers, the run ends with us killing Anduin. Here we'll go inside the water a bit to pick up Riverwood here. And then we run out again, up this hill towards Whiterun. Here I'm gonna get my fire out because people who've played Skyrim before certainly know this. You can't wait while enemies are nearby, so that wolf would have chased us all the way down the hill and we wouldn't have been able to wait. That's why we quickly kill it. And our goal is there, the farm. Because there's a guard there and we can do what's called a guard warp. So when you attack a guard or like commit a crime, you can basically get yourself arrested like this. Don't pay off the fine because otherwise we don't have enough money later. So go to jail, sleep it off, and this way we warp to the keep of whatever city we got arrested in. So now we have that fast travel point as well. Now we fast travel back to this farm, and we're going to take this cart to Windhelm. Quickly grab the stables as well, and in Windhelm we will steal a horse. So we'll crouch here until we're hidden, steal a horse, and fast travel back to Riverwood. Now, why would we go out of our way to steal a horse? Well, for one, horses run fast. But the main reason is because horses in Skyrim can... these animals are mountain goats. They can climb up mountains like it's nothing. So that's what we'll do. We are going to climb all the way to the top of the mountain to grab also a fast travel point right there. And as you can see, this absolutely flies up a mountain. You just need to make sure that you don't jump perpendicular to the mountain, because then you can get stuck in an animation, like a floating animation. So I'll always be trying to jump diagonally. Horses also have stamina. There's no meter, but you can see it when my character places his hand, like his left hand, on his hip. That's when the horse runs out of stamina, and like this. And then we wait an hour and we can start sprinting again. And yes, this is a glitchless category. You saw me glitching through the floor there. That's just a game. It's allowed in glitchless because it doesn't give any advantage, and the game always teleports you right back to the to the surface. So it's no way to actually clip through the floor permanently. It just looks wonky. Especially here, it's gonna look wonky. But yeah. Here, as you can see, I'm jumping diagonally to not get like locked into jumping animation. And we're almost there. We also picked up a higher hotcar on the way. It's also one we are going to fast travel quite a lot to. And this is the final point of this journey. So now we fast travel to Anisa's cabin. That was a gold, nice. So this is the first one we picked up. And this is where the story actually begins. So normally you take another entrance, but we got a horse so we can just climb the mountain this way. It's the fastest way to get into this dungeon. And this is where we leave the horse behind. Because it's stolen, it won't wait for us. It will just find its way back home. And yeah, Bleak Falls Barrow. First dungeon of the game, normally. Well, it's an open world game, so it's your own choice, but important for the beginning of the story as well. And as in all dungeons, there's definitely some stamina management here. You saw me waiting with almost a full bar of stamina. That's just so we can get to here, because here is far enough away from enemies that we can wait as well. And this is the first puzzle of... Well, I say puzzle, it's really easy. But it's always the same, so I know it by heart. Quickly dispose of these skeevers so we can wait here. Get our stamina back. This guy stole the golden claw, so I'm quickly gonna kill him without getting hit by the spider, because getting hit by the spider drains our stamina. And we can wait here as well. And now it's running through all these Draugr infested halls. Perfectly through the swinging axis without getting hit. And yeah, we can't wait here, so we'll have to jump a bit. Going through here, we can run here because here's a spot we can wait. Like over here. And then run up the hill here through the door there. And that's one of a couple doors where we'll, as we're going through, start spamming wait. And hope we can wait at the other side before the Draugr spawns with us, because he follows us through the door. And yeah, if we can't wait there, we just have to bunny hop our way along here. And there's gonna be a couple doors like that during the run. Take a little jump there to skip a couple bridges. Here we can wait. And this is also a puzzle. Normally you have to look on the claw for the combination, but it's just every ring twice. And then we can insert the golden claw and drop the door down. And towards the first, well, boss fight. It's not really a boss fight. It's quite an easy one. We are playing on the easiest difficulty, novice. Just because it's the fastest one, so there are categories for harder difficulties. But yeah, that was a pretty big, pretty fast fight. loot him, loot the chest for gold and the dragon stone. Important quest item. And we're out. You saw me attacking in burst there. That's to both not use too much stamina, and also damage output is bigger then, because he burns a bit and takes damage while in the time between. And now we'll go talk to Jarl. Jarl Balgraf. Tell him about the dragon attack in Helgen, where we were about to get executed in the start of the story. You can and then attack this guy, pay off the bounty, and that skips part of the conversation there. And then we can directly go to the court wizard without having to talk to the Jarl again for yeah, finishing the quest basically. And we already have the dragon stone, so we just give it to him and get the fuck out again. Probably shouldn't swear. Now, you saw the guard running towards the Jarl there. That's because there's a dragon attack at the western watchtower. And at that watchtower. And we're going to yeah, go there and save the day. So for now we're just gonna run towards it. Normally waiting one time should be enough to get us all the way there. That's not the spot where you normally need to wait to meet the guards, but we're not gonna wait for them, of course. While the guards are coming, we are going to discover another fast travel spot. Winterhold. We're gonna equip the weapon we got from the Draugr boss in Bleak Falls Barrow. We looted this weapon as well. And so discovered the place, equip the weapon, and fast travel back to Western Watchtower, so now the dragon will appear. And quick save, because this is RNG. The way he lands, maybe... Okay, perfect RNG. He lands immediately. That's what we want. Sometimes he like passes overhead and breathes some fire and you need to quick load again. But... this is quite a fast fight. Loot him for extra money, because now we're gonna take the cart a lot. To yeah, discover all the places we need to get to. Where do you want to go? The first one is Markarth. Ever been to Markarth? Some say it was built by the dwarves. So now we're going for 4 cities, and that's why we needed to loot some gold, because you know, it costs gold every time you want to make a trip like that. Stupid pop-up, because there every time. Second one is Riften.
If you've never been to Riften, be sure to visit the Blackbriar Meadery. A few mugs of dads and you'll forget all. Need a ride? Where do you want to go?
Now we go to Solitude.
Climb and back and we'll be off. First time to Solitude? Beautiful old city. Capital of Skyrim, but I'm sure you're...
Here we need to run a bit, touch this rock, to discover Glitchless form
Where do you want to go?
and end in Mortal.
Back and we'll be off.
We end in Mortal because there's no court there to take us back out. So we go there, discover Mortal, and then we're going to fast travel to High Hardcore to continue the story. Because that voice you heard in Solitude, that was the Greybeards summoning me to High Hardcore, because they noticed I'm the Dragonborn. And I can use something as a shout. I just shout at people and it has powers, basically. So I just equipped the shouts. And as a welcome, I'm gonna shout against them, because that skips some dialogue. And now we're gonna skip a lot of dialogue by talking to them, quitting out, and bumping.
Your training, Master Einarth is waiting.
Damn it. Okay, lost some time there. Now there we usually have to wait quite long before we can interact with this, but just go outside and go back in to learn the power of that word. Now we get some knowledge about it, so we can actually use it. We need to tie it out on the targets 3 times. In the meantime, I'm gonna attack them a bit to level up, because leveling up has
Well done.
flag spikes. What was I saying? Leveling up gains all your depleted stamina, health, everything back.
You learn quickly.
Which is very helpful in places where you can't wait. Got there in the end. I had to concentrate for a bit. So now the lesson is going to be outside. Just skip some extra dialogue there.
You will now see Master Bori will teach you wood, which means whirlwind.
There's always a cooldown on bumping characters, so that's why it didn't work immediately there. Now we learned a different shout. And we're gonna come up here. Wait so they teleport there.
Master Bori.
And that's what we're also going to do.
Your turn. Stand next to me. Master Bori will open the gate.
While he's walking like that, you can't bump him. That's quite unfortunate.
Your quick mastery of you are now retrieve. Remain true to the.
But yeah, that was all the lessons in High Hardcore. And now the final task basically is go to some dungeon and retrieve a horn. The horn of Jürgen Windcaller. But now we have a new way to get around fast. So while we're in there, I am going to whirlwind sprint. That's what the shout is called. And wait afterwards so we can immediately sprint again. Which is by a slim margin the fastest way to get around. But it's quite disorienting sometimes. This is the dungeon that we're going into, but we're first gonna get rid of this necromancer here. Because otherwise we wouldn't be able to fast travel back out once we come back out. So it's easier to just to kill him. Wait here because that's the last place we can wait. Sprint until these stairs and then start jumping until we're here and then try and get through that fight without getting hit, which didn't work. We'll quick save here just in case and then shatter way across, and this is another door where we'll start spamming wait because there's gonna be a Draugr spawning together with us, but we gotta wait in beforehand, which is nice. So we can sprint here. Here, jump down without dying of fall damage. And this is the only place in the game where you can shout twice in a row. It's built in like that, so you never get stuck in between the in between those gates there. Switch to the flames there because it's way faster to get through the webbing with the flames. And this is where the horn should be, but somebody took it before us and left a letter. Saying like, yo, I heard you're the Dragonborn, so come to Riverwood, and yeah, I'd like to meet you. And I'll give the horn there, so next stop will be Riverwood after we get out of this dungeon. This is usual in Skyrim. They used their flame frost on me, which depletes stamina, which not that nice. So we'll have to jump out. So now we will fast travel to Riverwood. Put the flames away before we accidentally attack someone. And yeah, so in the end, it's this woman who took the horn.
So I think you're looking.
And now
Follow me.
she gave me the horn, but she wants to talk, so this skips some dialogue, doing it like that. Closing the door and waiting there. This is how you get her into the room quickly.
I hope so.
And now I need to pick the correct...
I didn't go. I am not your enemy. Like I said, I'm part of. If you really are Dragonborn, that is.
correct options here.
Can you do it? Can you devour a dragon?
Yes, that's how I first learned. So what's the part you're not telling me?
They weren't. Now something's happening to bring them back to life.
What makes you think?
And I figured out we're going to go there, and you're going.
Where we headed, Kynes Grove, then we can head out, because now we know where we're headed. Steal the wine, because we're gonna need a lot of wine at the end of the run. But, so, next stop in the journey is Skyrim Cove, but before we do that, we're gonna get arrested in Winterhold to get to Septimus. Septimus is carrying some artifacts that we need for the story as well. So, go to the jail. Quick save and pick the lock. So this is why we needed lockpicks. There we go. That's random where the correct unlocking spot is. Quickly shout past those guards, and the cave symbol on the compass is where we need to go. So we need to take a bit of a swim. So Septimus is some crazy old guy living in an iceberg, researching some ancient dwarven technology. Here he is. And he's carrying some things we need to take from him, so we're going to try getting them. That's RNG, if he spots us or not, so that's why I quick saved, but those are the two artifacts we need. And now we can make our way to Kynes Cove. So here in Kynes Grove is where Astrid... is it Astrid? I think it's... I forgot her name at the moment. Whoops. Like the lady from Riverwood. She said there's gonna be like a dragon revival here, and our job is to stop it. If I can get on here, yep. There we go. So that's a big bad guy, Anduin. He's the one who's bringing all the dragons back. Delphine, yep. Thanks. And this is where the dragon will come out from. Quick save before the fight. And even when he's going out of his grave, you can already hit him. We'll save this level up for later when we need the extra stamina. Yeah, we make quick work of the dragon. Steal some of his gold. And now we need to wait until she's free to talk to.
Now that dragons are coming back,
well, she's saying she's one of the blades, some ancient civil group, and she's blaming the Talmor for the dragons coming back.
Problem is that place is. Meet me back in Riverwood.
So let's meet me back in Riverwood. So that's what we're gonna do. So yes, he's playing the Talmor, blaming the Talmor. High Elven elitist society.
A letter. Looks like that's it. Got to go.
Unspoken for, you know, so don't get any ideas.
And
New around here.
we're going to the embassy that they have here in Skyrim. So
I figured out how we're going to get. That would be a bad idea. I'd be.
this is
I can get. I have his name. I'll get word for him to meet you.
the next mission that we have. Break into the embassy and find out what they know about the dragons coming back to life. Flames out again, because we're gonna do an extra guard warp here with this guard.
You have committed crimes against smart.
And the plan is, I'm gonna give the stuff I need to some guy in the inn here. And then I'm going to a party. He has the stuff I need, and I'll pick my stuff back there. And I break into the secrets. Let's quick save here, if anything goes wrong.
Really? Here's the deal. Don't plan on... Give me what you can't live without. Okay, I'll get this inside the embassy for you.
So,
Gotta go. I'll find you at the party.
healing
Don't worry.
potions, all the wine we stole, and gold. And that's all we actually need for the rest of the run. So we go back to Delphine, who will send us on our way.
If it...
Have you given Malborn the gear? Good. But the only... which means when you're ready.
After we put on some party clothes.
Can't... I guess that will... Ready to board the carriage to the embassy? Don't worry. Just make... Good luck.
And there we go. On our way to the embassy.
Welcome to the Tholmor. Thank you, sir. Go right in.
Show the invitation there.
And you are?
Madam Ambassador, I am... Be careful! It's just that we've run out of the Alto wine.
I heard Ellen
Do
say.
I have your permission to uncork the...
Of course.
What's the hurry?
I told you.
Yes,
I can
Madam
hardly
Ambassador.
wait.
My apologies.
Couldn't agree more.
What can I get? You made it in. Let's hope we both live through this.
I'm
Of course,
ready.
I'll be waiting by the door for everyone to be distracted.
Living inside the
So
walls
now we
of
need to
London.
cause a distraction by giving this guy a drink.
Allow me to introduce. If there's anything I can
Actually, there's something you can do.
is that
I need you to cause a
stand
scene.
back and behold my
While we wait for him to get in position, we can take some wine.
Splendid.
And then we get ready to skip his first line.
attention.
Like that.
Let's go. Let's go. Before anyone notices us.
Grab some extra wine. And this is where he left our gear. So
See those robes, much?
now we are in enemy territory. This is where we're not supposed to be. Of course, as long as we run through fast enough. Shouldn't be too much problems in these halls. Grab the key to the cellar. And this is the torture chamber. And here they have their dossier on Asburn. But to escape now, we need to get out of here, of course. And this is the person that's gonna get us out, hopefully. If I don't get stuck here, yeah, okay. Let's try that again, shall we? Because this guard has the key to get out. There we go. Always a scary part of the run there. Yeah, that trapdoor requires a key. Now we have escaped out of the Dalmor embassy. So this says where we can find some guy named Esbern who knows a lot about dragons. So now we're gonna find Esbern. He's in Riften here. So another guard warp here.
Smart.
To the Riften Keep. And this is probably the most well, reset heavy part of the run. We attacked the guard there. So set up a guard warp. And now we're gonna lure them all the way through the red way here. Through this dungeon. Oh, god damn it. Not do that. Because if we wait or quick save and quick loads during our time here, we advance their script and they catch up to us. That's why I can only quick save right before attacking them. And this is also where we level up, because we can't wait for stamina, so we level up to get the stamina back. Jump down here, run through all these hallways. And so hopefully, if it works, we can just guard warp all the way back out. If it doesn't work, we need to run all this way back. And it's a longer way back than it is coming in.
Oh, how reassured. What? You'd better come inside. Quickly now. Don't want eaten to.
So now he's gonna start opening his door.
He'll tell you. Just ask.
Meanwhile,
Don't even
we're
need
gonna
to ask.
steal some gold from this guy.
This one always.
Yeah, he's got a lot of locks on his door.
Only a couple more.
And we need to wait for him to open them all. Meanwhile, I'm gonna look at this door, because that's where the guards will appear.
There we are. Come in.
Hopefully soon.
Oh, that's better.
Doesn't look like it worked though.
Drag. Important. There is hope. Drag. No, the dragons are merely the. Haven't you feel? All the drag. No one can escape his hunt. You're right. The prophet. We must go quickly. Did you hear that?
It's probably because I
We should.
forgot to actually. Yeah. Okay. That's too bad. I did it wrong. I forgot to actually yield while going into the red way. So now we need to walk all the way back out. It's not like it doesn't end the run. Definitely not for a no reset. It's just like a minute extra. Running through all these hallways. Luckily, this is not the first time I messed this up, so I know exactly where I'm going. This is the bridge we jumped over last time. Now we get out of Riften. And because the guards are probably still mad at me, yes, I am just going to...
Wait, I know. There's no mistake. You're a
But no! Did I not just try and yield? Oh god damn. Okay. You know what? That's just stupid coding. I'm going to quickly I actually don't have a save for that.
I'm really getting
I should make a save for that.
When you follow.
They don't want to accept my yielding, so we'll just have to run out of here as fast as I can. Until we can wait. I should make a save if that happens again. I can just make a save and there's a lot of guys after me. Maybe I shouldn't submit this video, no? Lots of wolves. Last one. See ya. Alright, finally. We can get out of here. Fast travel to Windhelm and continue with the run. I'm just gonna continue. For the marathon I will have a save to not have to do all of that. But yeah, now that we have Asburn, he said take me to Delphine, we are going to take a detour and pick up the Elder Scroll. Game is called Elder Scrolls. So, of course, we're gonna have an Elder Scroll at some point. They're Turks, so at the moment I can't wait till those guys are off my tail. Normally just sprinting until stamina bar is empty. Works like a charm. Yeah, it's quite a long trek up the mountain here. Along this ridge. Don't have a horse, but we can climb mountains just as well. Well, not just as well, but well enough to get over this. And here we come to the Dwarven ruins. In Skyrim there's this big mystery about what happened to the dwarves. And they left these big ruins with very high technology. But yeah, for finer details you should just play the game itself. It's amazing. But this is the dungeon where we're going into. It's called Raldbutar, I think. All these dwarven ruins have weird names. Kill this guy real quick. Or woman. And then we can wait there. And now we can start running through this. There's a lot of enemies here. So waiting will not be an option. And we're gonna use our wine for the first time. This is what wine does. It gives you extra stamina. Jump over those spinning blades. We get hit by one. Two has a chance to kill us, so that's why we jump over the first one. Another place where we're going to spam wait, because there's gonna be like a dwarven spider spawning there, as you could see. Now there's no bandits anymore, but here's Falmer that will try and attack us. So we're going to jump on this fence here. And then jump on this rock to get on top here. Ran right onto a trapdoor. Whoops. Third button here. Sometimes you can wait here, but apparently not now. That's okay then. This bridge is broken. It's jammed. A lot of human parts in between the cogs, so we need to get them all out. Here's a human spine. There we go. That's all of them. Now we can press the button and the bridge will fall down. This guy is waiting for us, but once he steps, we can just run past him and we won't get killed. That's the first place where we needed one of the things we got from Septimus, the ball we got from Septimus, we placed there. And the other thing will be in a bit here. This is Blackreach, giant underground cavern that we have to traverse. And in my opinion, one of the most interesting places in Skyrim to just explore. But of course now we don't have time for that. We're going to jump or shout across the water there. Jump onto the stairs and to the Tower of Mizark, because this is where the Elder Scroll is kept. Asburn is still following us, as you can see. Yeah, this is where we need to place the cube. Activates this mechanism, and we need to press the second button 3 times, I think. 4 times, like that. That opens this button. This button twice. Opens the 4th one. And that opens the whole mechanism. Open the door so we can just shout out. And that's the Elder Scroll. We need that further in the story to go back in time. But we get there when we get there. For now, we need to take Asburn back to Riverwood.
How did you do that? I'm spoken for, you know, so don't get any ideas. You're new around here.
He'll start talking to her.
Jill,
And now we are going to go out and go back in to skip a bunch of dialogue.
Now
And one last time.
You see, right here, Skyhaven Temple, structured around one of the main Akadiri military camps during their conquest.
Grab all the wine we can get, and now we go back out towards Marquardt Stables. To then get through Alduin's Wall.
I need to ask you.
The guards don't like it if you shout in the city. But of course, we just keep doing it because it's the fastest way to get around. So, part of the story this is Asburn, knowing a lot about dragons, said like there's a place where it's documented how people in the past defeated Alduin. It's called Alduin's Wall. So we'll go there. And that's where we're at right now. Cross this river and then along this mountain a bit. And we can't wait because there's a dragon there. Dragons tend to spawn here sometimes. It's pure RNG if one spawns or not. So now we did have a bit of bad luck. Bunch of enemies here in this dungeon, and we're going to do some parkour here. Jump on this, jump on here, jump on this to here, jump on the bush. From the bush we jump on here, and now we run.
The Akaviri blood seal. Very good.
And like I said, the Akaviri blood seal needs to be opened with my blood, so just cut my hand there to open the door, and we are in. Wait for him to
Isn't it amazing? Ah, of course.
be all enthusiastic about the archaeological value of this place. Grab this sword because it's good against dragons.
Ah, here it is. All
So does it show how they
patient. Yep. Isn't it amazing?
You mean they used a shout? You ever heard of such a thing? You're probably right. Right. We'll look around. Talos guard you.
Oh, yeah. Presumably something rather specific.
So what he saw on the wall was they used a kind of shout to defeat Alduin. But we don't know what shout. There's enemies nearby. What? But yeah, we don't know what shout, so we're gonna ask the shouty people, the K-beards, what they know about it.
Ah, you've retrieved the whole.
Now it's like a ceremony or something to
You are ready to learn.
well, first we need to learn the final word of Fusroda, the very famous shout. Yes. And I'm standing here because there we get locked into position at some point, and I want to skip some dialogue first.
You have stand between us. Prepare yourself.
This dialogue
You can withstand.
is the one I wanted to skip. And then they start shouting at me immediately, instead of me being stuck here and him having an extra line. It's like a language I created for this game.
Wind, where did you learn of that?
No.
They have always. Have you learned nothing from us? But heed my warning. No, it is called. We do not regret.
The shout is called Dragon Rant,
Only
but they don't know.
master of our order. He lives. He speaks to us.
They don't know it. Only the leader, Parthenax, knows how to do it. And then I said, yo, I want to meet Parthenax, and he lives on the top of the mountain, so we need to learn a shout together, basically. Now this hopefully got them all done here, yes. So I can just run over it and learn everything. And now we can go to the top of the mountain. Oh, what is this? A dragon? Why yes, the...
Who are you? Tell me.
Parthenax is a dragon.
Not until introduction. By long tradition.
You can skip one line of him,
First.
but that's it. The rest you can't skip. So yeah, the leader of the Greybeards is a dragon. And first he wants to have introductions. So he's gonna shout on this wall and we gotta copy him basically. There we go. We need to unlock it with a dragon soul. And boom.
Understand fire. So, what would you ask? You would not come all this way out, but you're our Hadrime, Drem, all in good crude. Some, perhaps this world. Ha! Very, but do you? Varucht und
I'll explain all this afterwards. Oh no, that was the wrong one.
The Kelly, but this is which is why I have tea. If you could learn Dragon Rant.
There he goes. You can learn Dragon Run from those who created it. So now we're gonna read the Elder Scroll. And on this place, if you read the Elder Scroll, you go like back in time. And yeah, we can learn it from the original users.
Today, Alduin's lordship will be restored.
Because Alduin was already defeated some 2,000, 3,000 years ago.
Die now in vain.
And yeah, now we figure out how that happens and why he's back and how we can stop him now. This is quite a long cutscene. Because we just are looking around through this weird filter as this all plays out.
What else is there?
Battle below goes ill. If Alduin does not rise to our challenge, I fear all may be lost.
You worry too much, brother. Victory will be ours.
Why does Alduin hang back? We've staked everything on this plan of yours, old man.
He will come. He cannot ignore our defiance. And why should he fear us, even now?
We blooded him well. 4 of his kin have fallen to my blade alone this day.
But none have yet stood against Alduin himself. Golfo, Sori, Birka.
They did not have Dragonrend. Once we bring him down, I promise, I will have his head.
So yeah, Dragonrend basically, you will see what it does, but it binds a dragon to the ground. So if you shout it to a flying dragon, it will come down and land so you can kill it.
Veldir, we agreed not to use it.
I never agreed. And if you are
Yep,
right,
the Elder Skull. He brought the Elder Skull.
Deal with Alduin ourselves.
And as we saw, it has like temporal powers.
Alduin approaches.
So be it.
Which is the whole premise of this game, to be honest. Well, of the storyline with Alduin.
Let those that watch from Sovngarde envy us this day.
And there we go. And now he's obliged to land. And we learned the shout as well. Sovngarde is like the heaven for heroes and warriors, and Alduin has like the power to go in there and also eat the souls of that people basically, and that feeds his power, like you said. Oh, she's dead.
It's no use. Use the scroll, Veldir.
And he was stuck there, so we lost a bit of time just because he had to walk here. This, yes, you can lose time in this cutscene.
my words with older bones than your own. Break your perch on this age and send you out.
And here,
Vanish. We count you out from all our endings unto the last.
basically, they sent Alduin into the future and made it my problem.
You are banished.
It worked. You did it.
Yes, the World Eater is gone. May the spirits have mercy on our souls.
So now, I gotta deal with Alduin. But first, we're gonna have a fight here. I'm gonna do some inventory management here. 4, 1, 2, 3. Use Dragon Hand on him, and we're gonna fight against him. We've got like the katana in the right hand. That's the anti-dragon sword. It has like bonus damage against dragons. It's called Dragon Bane. Quick save there. Get a new dose on him. And this is the point where we need the potions for, because you can't kill this guy in one health bar. But there we go. And we can skip this dialogue by just fast traveling away and then back.
Lot Congrach. Yeah, perhaps a fine place.
And now he said we can trap a dragon into Dragon's Reach here. So he tells us where Alduin went, because he just flew away. We defeated him, but we didn't kill him, so he just flew away. But now we need to convince this guy
We are honored to have you as Thane of our city,
to let us use his palace to trap a dragon. And of course he's not very pleased with that.
Now what's this nonsense? I want... Oh, do you think... No. I can't... But get it. If the Greybeards were willing... Maybe you can stop the dragon.
So now it's like he doesn't want to do it, except if there's a truce in the war, because if there's a dragon in his palace, he would be quite at a disadvantage. Oops, like this. So now we go back to the Greybeards to convince them to hold a peace council, to have a truce in the civil war. Because that's also like a story line that's going on here. There's a civil war in Skyrim.
I feared as much. We are not warriors. You misunderstand our... I see. Often, even the great... We will see if they still remember us.
And now we need to go and convince the two leaders of opposing factions to attend the peace council. The first one that we go to will be General Tullius of the Empire.
Greybeards have some... By the order of the Jarl. Smart. Have you heard? There's been another dragon attack.
Do a guard warp there. And here we can talk to him.
Do you have some reason to be? Right. One of the prisoners. Why don't you... I see. Besides, I'm sure
I'm
you'll...
telling you.
Speak with the Greybeards. Why? There's nothing... They are... My job is to quell this rebellion. Fair enough. That's what comes of trying to win a war. Yes. He'd be insane to try. He doesn't have the men.
We convinced him to come to the peace council. So now we can go and...
What could it mean?
talk to Jarl Ulfric, the rebel leader, let's say. Wait a bit here. Pickpocket. En kortworp.
I need to ask you. Good. Aldrich won't give us a straight answer.
He's a true Nord. I remember you. You were at Helgen. I'm sorry to hear that. It's about time they turned. I have the. I can't afford to appear weak. Good. I doubt the end. Yes. I'll give Tullius one more chance with Skyrim.
And now we convinced them as well. They really don't like me shouting in here. So now we go back to High Hrodgar to start the Peace Council. They want me to talk to Anger, that's the Greybeard guy, beforehand, but we are just gonna run past him and immediately sit in our chair here. We're gonna wait. So he starts talking to us.
Should not have agreed to host peace.
No,
I doubt it.
you insult us.
They may put their weapons down for a moment, but only to
And
gather
this overlaps some conversations and skips a part of the council.
Do you know the ancient Nord word for war? Season unending. And so it has proved. But regrets are pointless. Here we are. Take your seat at the council table. Let us see
I'm glad
what
we
wisdom
agree on
we
this.
can find among these
Very
warriors.
well, Ulfric. Enjoy your petty victory.
And that's how you skip part of
With whatever government rules Skyrim.
normally there's like some arguing and then we need to talk to Ulfric, but we skipped all that and she just stands up and leaves.
Unlike your imperial friends here.
But from this point it's back to a cutscene
We represent the Emperor.
in this council.
Sorry, sir. It won't happen again.
It's quite long.
Now that
There's
that's
some
settled, may we proceed?
I have something to say first.
Here we go.
there's some
The only reason
dialogue options I need to choose along the way, but for the most part it's just listening to these guys
nothing else to talk about. Unless the
arguing
Empire is
with each
finally
other.
ready to renounce its unjust claim to rule over the free people of Skyrim.
I knew he wouldn't be able to resist.
A temporary truce to allow the dragon
Also, if you
to deal
look
with the
forward,
nothing more.
then Ulfric sounds like he's underwater.
The Empire a generous gesture.
Are you done? Did you just
Well,
come to
they
make
just
speeches, or can we
sound
get down to business?
quite fine.
Yes,
These two
let's get this over with.
absolutely sound
Are we ready to proceed?
inaudible.
Jarl Ulfric. General Tullius. This council is unprecedented. We are gathered here at the Dragonborn's request.
That's me.
I ask that you all respect the spirit of High Hrothgar. Do your best to begin the process of achieving a lasting peace in Skyrim. Who would like to open the negotiations?
Yes, let's get down to it. We want control of Markarth. That's our price for agreeing to a truce.
So that's why you're here, Ulfric? You dare to insult the Greybeards by using this
I'll
council to
use
advance
this
your
to
own
explain a
position?
bit about the civil war going on here.
This is
So
outrageous. You can't be
he,
taking this very
well, there's
seriously.
the Empire that
We're here to
rules
discuss
the whole. Well, Empire. Skyrim is a
I
province
said
of the
I
Empire.
can-
He is a general of
You
the
can't seriously
Imperial
expect us to
Army.
give up Markarth at the
He's a
truce.
jarl that wanted to be king of Skyrim.
To gain in council,
He
been unable
murdered
to
the
gain battle.
previous king, her husband,
Ulfric does not expect
and
something for
just pulled the power
Yes.
to
that entire
himself.
character.
But of course, that's seen as an
Wait, General,
act
you
of
don't
treason,
intend to
and
just
now
hand
a
over
civil war
Markarth
is
to that
between his faction and the Empire.
This is how the Empire
And
repays
she's
us
the
for our
queen,
loyalty?
like the rightful queen, I guess. She
First,
was
let's
the
be clear.
wife of
This
the
council
king.
wasn't my idea. I think it's a waste of time. You are a traitor to the Empire and deserve a traitor's death.
That's about a
But
short
I
rundown
will
on
negotiate in good faith.
the civil war here.
Since we're all here at your request, The rift
And
would
that's
help
one of
secure
the
our communications with Cyrodiil.
options I need to
Dragon
choose.
Ulfric's son
It's always the top option, so
The
quite
Dragonborn
easy.
has spoken, Tullius. Markarth will be ours. Now we'll see if there's anything behind your talk with good faith.
You disappoint me, Dragonborn. I accepted your invitation on trust in your good name. But it seems you intend to favor Ulfric.
It's just the
I can
fastest
see
option,
now that this is not a negotiation at
nothing
all.
personal.
I know you, Ulfric. If I hand over Markarth, you'll be ready with a new demand. You'll never defeat the Empire, and you know it. But you're willing to sacrifice thousands for your own selfish ambition. Soon enough, I'll have you back under the headsman's axe, and this time there won't be any dragon to save you.
As always, the Empire's fine words are worth nothing.
Stop! Are you so blind to our danger that you can't see past your
Finally,
petty
someone
disagreements?
interrupts their
Here we
arguing.
sit arguing about nothing, while the fate of the land hangs in the balance.
Is he with you, Delphine? If so, I advise you to tell him to watch his tongue.
He is with me. And I advise you both to listen to what he has to say before you do anything rash.
Don't you understand the danger? Don't you understand what the return
The worst
of the
part of
dragon
this
means?
cutscene is it's not even a lore dump. It's
Alduin
just
has returned.
people
The
arguing with each other.
World Eater. Even now he devours the souls
But
of your fallen
after
sons.
this, it's gonna become
He grows more powerful
quite
with every
action-filled
soul
again.
slain in your pointless war. Can you not put aside your hatred for
Some
even one
parkour and
moment in
stuff,
the face of this
climbing
mortal
mountains, trapping dragons into palaces.
I don't know about the end of the world, but this dragon situation has gotten out of hand. If this truce will help the dragon
Defeating
put
Anduin.
an end to that menace, we
Alduin.
both gain. Remember that.
Was I calling him Anduin this whole time?
Now, back to the matter at hand. You know as well as I do that we can't hand over Markarth on these terms.
You see what talking to them gets us?
Let's hear it.
We want compensation for the massacre at Karthwasten.
You slaughtered the very people you claim to be fighting for. True sons of Skyrim would never do such things.
Damned Imperial lies. My men would never stoop to such methods, even in retaliation for your butchery at...
All the blood spilled in this
Whoops.
war is on your head.
So, dragon, well said.
There we go.
For once you'll actually pay for your crimes.
That's the last input for this
Suppose
part.
that's the fairest deal we're likely to get.
It seems we may have an agreement.
Because there's now an agreement.
General Tullius, these are the terms currently on the table. Markarth will be handed over to Ulfric's forces, Jarl Igmund will step down, and Thungvor Silverblood will become the Jarl of Markarth. The Stormcloaks will withdraw from the rift, allowing Imperial troops unhindered access. Jarl Layla Lawgiver will step down, and Maven Blackbriar will become the Jarl of Riften. The Stormcloaks will pay appropriate compensation for the massacre at Karthwasten. You both agree to this?
The Sons of Skyrim will live up to their agreements, as long as the Imperials hold to theirs. What about you, Elisif? Are these terms to your liking? Speak up! I'm sure General Tullius is waiting to do your bidding.
I have nothing to say to that murderer. General, you
These are
prove
like the
yourself
last
a good friend to Skyrim.
discussions.
I continue to trust that you will do your utmost
Arguing.
to safeguard our interests.
Thank you, Jarl Elisif. I appreciate your loyalty. The Empire can live with these terms, yes, for a temporary truce, until the dragon menace is dealt with. After that, Ulfric, there will be a reckoning. Count on it.
Come on, Delmar. We have a lot of work to do.
Giving up Markarth
And that
is a
was
heavy price
I'm
for
afraid
this.
peace council.
All well, it's true. The blade justice demands that. And I'm cross-referencing this.
Now we're going to learn how
He's not
we lure a dragon into the
very
palace.
likely. Ah. Old,
Jarl Balgruf,
wing.
I assume you are familiar with the Dragonborn's plan.
Yes. Let me do my part.
But the difficult...
Back to Dragon's Reach. Because now we're going to catch a dragon.
Dragons I can handle. This talk of dragons.
Going around Lydia there, so she doesn't talk to us, because that's time loss.
We're ready, as I promised. My men know what to do.
Here,
Sure,
Gold Dragon.
you do your part. I'm putting my city in your hands.
Hold! Abin!
Take the wine and go up.
Go ahead and call this dragon of yours.
So now the dragon is here. And a quick save here. Just in case I miss. There he is. And I caught him. So now we wait until he lands again. We got him.
Many among ourselves. Once he has been lost orphan. Ah, well, only of course I could fly you there, but not while
and now
like
this dragon is going to fly us to the entrance to the underworld. But we are going to skip the animation of him actually flying us there by fast traveling out. That skips a bit of an animation. Now we're going to climb this mountain to get up to the portal to the underworld. Without getting attacked by a dragon. It's just trying to make your way up quite steep rocks here. There we go. Once you know where you're going, it's not the hardest. Quick save here, because we're going to try and shout ourselves up here. That worked perfectly. I forgot, am I level 2? Nope, I'm not level 2 yet. In that case we're gonna start drinking some wine already, because that is why we collected all the wine. In the rest of Ruin, because we can't wait here in Sovngarde, so we are using wine here to keep running. My first batch is out, so I'll hotkey the second batch. Here's a guy that won't let us in, except if we fight him to impress him. I should have... oh, there we go. I should have quick saved there. Because he can kill you. But we impressed him enough. So now we're in the Hall of Heroes. And here we need to pick up the people that beat Alduin the previous time. Well, they didn't beat him. But yeah, they're gonna help me defeat Alduin now. But of course we can't wait here, so how are we going to further the script to save some time? By going in and out the Hall of Valor here. This should be enough. Now they should be waiting for me at the end here. And that's all the wine I have? Perfectly. Now we gotta wait for them to...
Fight the foe in this mist. Clear skies! Combine our shouts!
I can't even bump because I don't have stamina. That's too bad. Not perfect then. There we go. So we gotta do this 3 times. No. We need to dispel the fog for a 3rd time.
Stand fast. His strength is failing. Once more,
And we'll go up here to wait for Alduin. There we go. We got him. And now it's just whacking away on him until he's dead. Hitting him with the shout there was the hard part. Ah, and I... Okay. Let's just do it like this. That's too bad. Sometimes the shout bugs out. So if you try to shout while attacking, it doesn't work and it eats your shout, so the cooldown is still on. And that's why you could escape there. Yep. And that's time.